Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Our second guest is the owner of a Mexican cuisine restaurant based in Brooklyn. She'll highlight some of the great food options that she has to offer and much more. So please help me welcome Noor Shikari. Thank you, Noor.
Thank you so much.
Lovely to meet you and have you.
I'm so happy to be here. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
So, can you tell us or the audience a little bit about your background and how you became a restaurateur, please?
Yes, absolutely. So I've had a couple of different backgrounds. I've always been a lover of the arts. I was a photographer, an entrepreneur, but my real passion is eating. Is food, and so
which
that
is only human, right?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And so just loving small business and entrepreneurship, I decided to combine the two, and about 10 years ago, started a family business as a Mexican restaurant. Really trying to bring authentic family recipes into the industry. I'm originally from Chicago. We have a large, Mexican variety cuisine there. And I moved to New York about 12 years ago. And there were pockets of excellent Mexican food. And I wanted to be, one of the members of that community of bringing, the versatility, the variety, and the freshness of Mexican food to New York.
Where you didn't need a reservation, right?
Exactly, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So what are some of the food options and what are, some of the customers' favorites, like the go-to that you're known for, or?
Yes, well, we have a couple. The unchangeable recipe that's been with us since day one is our fish taco. So we have a fried fish taco. That I think is probably definitely a customer favorite. I have, so many favorites, but our chile relleno is another favorite of mine. Really, with everything, the secret is in the sauce. So our salsas are all handmade, homemade. We don't open any cans or bottles when it comes to that. We make everything in-house. We toast our own chilies and roast our own peppers and make the salsas from there. So I think that's probably another favorite of mine and the customers is our homemade salsas.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been open again, and location?
Yeah, so we've been open for 10 years. We turned 10 this March.
Yay!
Thank you.
Any celebration happening for
that? Yes, we're going to have a celebration in the fall, so we're looking forward to that. And then we're located in Brooklyn. Near Prospect Park, near the Brooklyn Museum of Art on Washington Avenue, right off of Eastern Parkway there.
Very cool. And the name of the restaurant again?
Yes, the name of the restaurant is Citrico.
Citrico.
Yes.
Oh, how nice.
So I was just wanting to incorporate the, the idea that Mexican food can be very light and fresh, and a lot of our recipes incorporate, citrics.
Yes,
oranges, limes, al pastor with the orange, and we have a variety of, vegan and, also salad options that incorporate a lot of the citric fruits as well.
Excellent, excellent. So we have, and I'm glad that you mentioned the citrics, but with the growing community of vegans in the city, does Citrico cater to a vegan-based community, or are there any options that vegans can perhaps select at the restaurant?
Yeah, absolutely. In about 2017, we partnered with a vegan cheese shop because really our vegetarian options, what they were missing to be vegan was that dairy option, right? Mm-hmm. Not having to say leave the cheese off of the vegetable taco to make it vegan, but we wanted to be able to incorporate and make it fully vegan. And since we make everything, from scratch, we make our own vegetable stock for the soups, the caldos, the salsas. So it was a pretty easy transition to be able to provide, the growing vegan population with a lot of options. We're an all-inclusive, right? So non-vegans and vegans can dine together and have
because
enough options.
What would be a taco without carnitas?
Yes,
Okay.
Absolutely. So that was one of the the things that we like to promote is being able to order off the same menu no matter, your dietary restrictions or your food preferences. Absolutely.
Yeah, very cool. That's and I like how you said you're all inclusive.
Yes.
I mean, for a restaurant, that's quite unique to say that,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
But it is very clever as well.
Yeah, the cuisine, the cuisine itself is all inclusive. So we just like to highlight that.
Their
the
options.
Traditions. Yes, absolutely.
Very
Absolutely.
good, very good. So, we heard that you're partnered with organizations like Mask Hospitality in New York City, Night Market, and you participate in food festivals as well?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
how does all of this happen?
We get partnerships, inquiries with the restaurant, and as I mentioned, since we are all inclusive, we're able to cater no matter the dietary restrictions. We love, being able to provide food for festivities, large and small. So yeah, that's part of what we really enjoy as well.
So catering to like offices or
Offices, homes, festivals, as you mentioned, really anything. Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. I like that. I like that. So, what advice do you have for a young person that's looking, obviously foodie now is like a big thing, right? So, and to get to have your restaurant, because some people will start with a food truck and then grow to a restaurant, but to jump into a restaurant, what advice do you have for those youngsters that are looking at this interview and thinking, oh my God, I love that. I want to get into hospitality and have my own restaurant. What words of wisdom could you share?
Absolutely. I would say, if it's a passion of yours and if there's a cuisine or a food item that, you feel really strongly about, definitely promote that. Do what you love and make sure that, everything that you do really has, in my opinion, a freshness aspect to it. So I would, I would also be ready to work very hard.
How hard?
Very
24/7.
24/7.
Yeah.
And I think what makes it great to have your own restaurant is to be able to work all aspects of it.
Yeah.
So really enjoy the industry, and I think that it's something that's absolutely possible.
Yeah. So, and we all know, like in recent years, the restaurant, the hospitality, food industry, whatnot, is very glamorized, right? Being a restaurant owner, a chef, and all of that. But you just mentioned something that was really interesting in working the 24/7 that we just laughed on. So for those same youngsters that are watching, what would be some of the challenges that they should be aware of when thinking of opening a restaurant?
Well, I think the challenges all range, from staff, location, food cost now, and then
Staff management or just having staff?
Staff management,
Yeah.
just being being able to train on customer service. It's very important to be able to to provide the customer with a unique, friendly taste experience. But also, what I think is a challenge at this day and age is social media and influencers and just how that drives the public to your restaurant. So really have something that's special and unique to you.
Drives and on the flip side could also hurt.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it could. But I think what hurts is the lack of drive. So make sure that you have something that's unique to you, that can be really be highlighted. That's that factor as to why individuals would come and dine in your establishment, because as we all know in New York, right, it's very competitive.
Yeah, how many? 40,000 restaurants? Eateries is what they say. 40,000. At least last time I checked, there was like 40,000 eateries.
Yeah.
So there are options.
Right, there are
So
options.
you're right. To have something that will set you apart is very important. The go-to dish that we just mentioned, or being all-inclusive, which I love that term.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. So, and speaking of challenges, what did you do in order to navigate through COVID, since you were in business, but not yet like at a 10-year mark, which is a huge anniversary.
Yeah, absolutely. So in 2020, we were at about the 6-year mark almost. And the way that we navigated the pandemic was really just being very careful. We were very cognizant of our staff's and our customers' health and well-being. Reduce staff for a small amount of time. Luckily, we're able to bring everyone back, but just managing, making sure that we continued to create the same food that we did prior to the pandemic, and just rotating staff and not having too many people in the space. Really opening up, obviously, our deliveries, being able to get out to the public since they weren't able to come to us for so many months.
To that.
Yeah, absolutely, adapting to that, and just having everyone's sort of safety in mind. And I think, being able to make sure that we were able to get the food out was really, really important.
Now, and those deliveries still stand, or?
Yeah, absolutely. We do. We still deliver, full service, dine-in, delivery, to-go, catering. Absolutely.
Excellent, excellent. So moving along, can you share with us your website, your social? How do people find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So our Instagram handle and TikTok is Citrico BK. Our website is www.citricobrooklyn, all spelled out, .com. And we're located again on Washington Avenue in Prospect Heights, Brooklyn.
Very cool. And can people make reservations?
Absolutely, absolutely. The easiest way to make a reservation is just give us a call. But we are on all the reservation sites as well.
Very good, very good.
You can also just walk in too.
Walk-ins welcome.
Yes, absolutely.
Walk-ins welcome. So, as people, going just a little bit back to COVID, how does the management of the restaurant happen? Like, because in COVID we had all these sanitation, special cleaning, special this, that. How does one manage a restaurant from that angle?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, just trying to be very cognizant again of the space and the safety issues. Make sure that we aren't too many of us in the restaurant at a time during that time. Disinfecting became our new motto. And it was a little bit difficult to manage because I had 2 small children at the time and was trying to still, have the camaraderie with my staff and be present in the restaurant. But also, it was a little bit scary to have that much interaction with the public, with pickups and deliveries, and to go and then to also go home. But again, just making sure to really follow all the guidelines that were set for us in the industry, and try to be very respectful of people's health.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to keep your restaurant afloat. I know it wasn't easy, although there were many resources out there, but there were so many requirements and all of that it didn't necessarily help everyone.
Absolutely.
There was particularly one here in New York, Barstool, that helped a lot of the establishments. So hopefully, you were able to take advantage of something. But you are today coming into your 10th year anniversary, which is amazing.
Yes.
Right? Because on the other end, not a lot of restaurants, especially in New York, can thrive through COVID, come to the other side, and continue business as usual.
Absolutely. We are definitely one of the fortunate ones. And there were a ton of resources that we were able to take advantage of. And we're so thankful to still be around and to have had all the help.
I can't wait to
and
go
to our
and
customers.
try. Yes, yeah, exactly. So again, for more on Citrico, visit their website at citricobrooklyn.com. Citrico, for those that don't know, CITRICO, and then brooklyn.com. You may also visit them at Citrico BK on Instagram and Facebook, so you can be up to date with specials, dishes, events, and things that are going on.